And welcome, I'm Maria Furtado. Have you ever wondered why simply being in a chair can make you feel calmer? Why a walk through the forest, the smell of fresh earth after rain, or watching a tiny seed grow can bring a sense of peace that is difficult to explain? For me, it all started with one tiny seed. Not because I was trying to become a gardener, but because I was searching for something much deeper. This journey began during a 7-day fast, believe it or not. The fast wasn't about losing weight. It was about creating some space for me to feel more awareness. For the first time in a long time, I slowed down enough to really listen to myself. During those days, I felt drawn to do something I had never done before. I decided to start growing my own food. I can't fully explain why. It wasn't a carefully planned decision. It felt more like a quiet invitation, almost as if something deep inside me was calling me back to a simple way of living. It was January, so I began with small seed trays inside my house. Every morning I watered them. Every day I watched them grow. Soon I couldn't stop learning. I watched gardening videos all over YouTube. I designed my vegetable garden. I built raised beds ready for spring. Before I knew it, my house was full of little plants. My children even joked that maybe I was going a little crazy about it because there were seedlings everywhere. Maybe I was, but something inside me was changing. Whenever I felt anxious, instead of sitting with my thoughts, I would go outside to work on the raised bed or plant another tray of seeds. Without realizing it, nature had become my teacher. The more time I spent with those tiny plants, the more I realized that nature never rushes. A seed doesn't compare itself with another seed. Each one is individual. It doesn't worry because it wasn't growth overnight. Give it time. Maybe it's going to grow in 1 week. It simply responds to sunlight, water, healthy soil, care, and time. It made me wonder, what if we aren't so different? What if we also flourish when we give ourselves the right conditions? That simple thoughts change it, how I look at my own life. Instead of rushing through every day, I began living with the rhythm of the seasons. When it rained, I felt grateful because I knew my plants were being watered. When spring arrived, I celebrated every new leaf. When I harvested my first vegetables, I felt an incredible sense of gratitude that I could help feed my family with food I had grown myself. Today, science is beginning to explain why gardening can be so powerful. Healthy soil is full of life. It contains millions of beneficial microorganisms. Exposure to it appears to influence the immune system and may affect chemicals involved in mood regulation. Scientists are still learning exactly how this works, but research suggests that spending time in healthy natural environments may benefit our mental well-being. Gardening also encourages mindfulness. When your hands are in the soil, your attention naturally shifts to the present moment. You notice the smell of the earth, the texture of the leaves, the sound of the birds, the warmth of the sun, the feeling of water flowing through your hands. Without even trying, you are practicing mindfulness. Gardening is also gentle movement. You are bending, stretching, walking, lifting, moving your body while focusing on something meaningful. Many people don't even realize they're exercising because they're enjoying the experience. Perhaps one of the greatest lessons gardening teaches is hope. Every seed is a promise. You plant something today, believing that one day will grow. That simple act reminds us that beautiful things take time. And perhaps healing does too. Growing our own food can also benefit the planet. Even growing a smaller amount at home can reduce packaging, reduce food miles, and help us waste less food. It reconnects us with where our meals come from and help us appreciate the incredible work nature does every single day. We don't need a large garden, a balcony, a windowsill, a small pot will do. One herb, one tomato plant, one flower, that's enough. The goal isn't to become a perfect gardener or to have green thumbs forever. The goal is simply to reconnect. This week, natural simple step is simple. Plant one thing. It could be basil, mint, parsley, strawberries, a tomato, or even a single flower. Spend just 5 minutes each day caring for it. Watch it, water it, notice how it changes. And while you are watching that tiny seed grow, pay attention to what begins to grow inside you too. We live in a world that constantly tells us to go faster, produce more, consume more, and achieve more. But nature whispers something very different. Slow down. Pay attention. Trust the process. Everything has its season. Growing food didn't just change what I ate. It changed how I lived. It changed how I dealt with anxiety. It changed how I saw the world. Maybe you are simply become disconnected from the natural world that was always been there, waiting for us. Because when we reconnect with nature, we often reconnect with ourselves. Nature provides, we regenerate.